Good afternoon. It's afternoon in Australia. Hope you guys well. Welcome to Fox 10 Sports. My name is Cricket. Let's get started. I've got a lot today. Notes again, as always. First of all, let's talk about women's AFL football. That opened on Friday night. The Lady Crows played Saturday, which was here in Australia. Ann Hatchard was our player of the game with 34 disposals, 18 kicks, and 9 marks. In the course of the year, I'll explain more about what all of those mean. Brisbane got us, though, 5 goals, 434 to the Crows, 3 goals, 321. They shut us out in the first quarter, and I think that was probably the difference. We just didn't know how to react and how to get things to it and stuff. We were just caught off guard, and a lot of times when you're caught off guard that early, you just don't recover. So the next game is on the 16th, which is a Sunday. Sunday coming up, actually. It's at St. Kilda, or it's not at St. Kilda. It's here in Adelaide against St. Kilda. And fingers crossed, Bill and I will be coming to you live for part of that game. The Crows regulars, their first pre-game season is the 22nd of February against Melbourne. No guarantees that one is in Melbourne, so we'll have to wait on that. Some other Crows news that just come from Wayne Malira, who is a great kid coming up, just signed a 5-year deal. Just really proud of him. That's just almost going to make him a Crow for life. And I can see him at one point becoming a captain at some point. Luke Brown, who plays in the back, Luke just goes quietly about his business, was just announced today. He signed a 3-year deal. So that's got him locked in. These boys are staying together, which is great to see. And it's going to be an exciting season. So let's go on to NASCAR. I want to pull this up if I can. John Andretti's funeral was last week, but there was this gorgeous picture. This comes from Facebook, and I'm not sure. Here, there you go. And that was hers taking one final lap at Indianapolis Motor Speedway before. So we just, again, offer our condolences to the Andretti family. Like I said, I've got notes today, guys. A lot going on. WWE Super Showdown is a couple of weeks in Riyadh. There is a rumor, and I'm strictly going to call it a rumor at the moment, that, that Goldberg has challenged the Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Bout. I've heard it. I've read it. Like I said, I'm going to call it a rumor. You know how Vince likes to change his mind, that Goldberg will win at this point. That match could go to WrestleMania as a rematch. No idea. I'm also hearing possibly that it could be Roman and the Fiend for the Universal Belt at WrestleMania. That one is just, like I said, how Vince loves to change his mind about things. So we'll have to watch and see. I think we'll know more once the show takes place in Riyadh, which is just in a couple of weeks. And I will cover that on my blog, my sports blog. I'll leave the Fox 10 sports blog. I'll leave a link down below. For any of you, though, who are Iconics fans, we haven't seen them for a while. I think I'm hearing they're going through a rebranding of sorts. I know Peyton Royce recently got married, and they were given time off for that. Vince is being a little more conscious of time off and things to allow athletes to heal. Ruby Riott has returned from double shoulder surgery. It's a mouthful. So it's looking like she and Liv Morgan are setting up for a feud that I'm going to say will head to WrestleMania at some point. We'll see what happens. Charlotte has still not announced her opponent yet. Rhea Ripley did offer her a match from NXT. She's not accepted. It's a waiting game. So we'll see what that one has. Bailey and, not Bailey, Carmella won a fatal four-way to face Bailey for her belt. It's possible that that will take place at Super Showdown. I cannot confirm that. I cannot delete that or deny that. It's just something I read. So that we'll have to wait on that for the card. Samoa Joe has been cleared medically and will be returning to action. If he's not already returned, so it'll be good to see him back with Kevin Owens again. The Revival tag team. I'm not a fan of theirs. I've never been a fan of theirs. They play the part well. They're asking for creative control in WWE, and that is just a no-go. They just feel like they're not being used to the best of their ability or whatever. It's never happened in WWE that stars had their own creative control. AEW, I understand the stars have their own creative control there. It will be interesting to see which way that goes. NXT TakeOver, I believe it's Portland. I have not caught up on the NXT show from last week to check out the final card. Again, check out my blog for Foxton Sports. I'll try and get that caught up this week and see if we can't get the card there. Now, the White Sox. Left Major League Baseball for last for a reason. The White Sox the truck is there in Camelback Ranch that arrived over the last weekend, I believe. I didn't even know it had left. It's there now. Some of the guys have already arrived. Pitchers and catchers officially report on Thursday, and it will be late February. You will see the Cactus League starting. I left the Mookie Betts deal for last. There was a hiccup on that, and I'm going to go to, I should have had this open for you guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to open it here. To give you the correct news from ESPN, because there was a hiccup with it, and I thought it was a done deal, and it's gone through. So we're waiting for ESPN to load. It still surprised me when the deal came out. So waiting for it to load. So, okay. Yeah. Part of my understanding about this deal is that I want to get it right here. That's why I'm going, why I'm going here. Okay. It's a three-way trade that will send Betts and David Price from Boston to the Dodgers, and now a two-team swap between the Dodgers and LA. The new trade removes the Twins and the pitcher, Garrettole, and I apologize if that's not correct, from the reports. The equation was due to Boston's concern on his medical report. The Reds will instead send Betts, Price, and cash to the Dodgers for outfielder Alex Verdugo, shortstop Jeter Downs, and a catcher infield prospect Connor Wong. The Dodgers and Twins completed a separate deal that sends Kenta Medea to the Twins for Garrettole, a lower-level prospect, and the 67th pick this year. Now, the reason some of the issue was that the one, I believe it was the pitcher. Yes, it was Garrettole's medical report because he had Tommy John surgery and has had shoulder problems. So that is why, that's what the hiccup was. I did not recognize some of the other ones. Now, this is all the info I get here in Australia. I'm going to send you somewhere else, and that's over to Jeff Bates on his podcast. I'll leave a link with that down below. Jeff will have more about that. He just dropped a podcast today, and there should be more information. I know he'll have more info than I did. So that's really changed the complexity of the Dodgers, Boston. It's going to see how Boston will adjust. Excuse me. See how Boston's going to adjust to what's happened. I think it will make the Dodgers a real contender. I think you're going to have to watch them. There was two other coaching, and I apologize for not writing them down. I do know the San Francisco Giants have hired their first female coach. She will not be in the dugout for game day. She will be behind the scenes, working on, she'll be throwing batting practice. She'll be working to keep morale up, keeping the inspiration going. I will look up who she is for the next show and tell you more about her. And I did see that there's another team. I don't know if it's baseball or NFL, but they were hiring a female, or looking that she was to be the first female in them. So those are two I will look into. It's really great to see the women finally getting, being recognized that they can do the job. With the one gal for the Giants, she will not be in the dugout on game day. And I guess I can kind of understand that. It might pull a little bit of the focus, but if she can do the job she's been hired for, why not? Let's, if you can do it, let's do it. What else is going on? Just in general, everything's good. Looking forward to the women's match. We should be going live for that. I will try to let you know later in the week what's going to happen. Again, Jeff Bates and his podcast, I'll leave the link down below so you can catch up with him. Jeff's also got baseball, MMA. He talks some Cowboys football. And that's it. I know I've slammed it all together, guys. Please, in the comments below, let me know what you want to hear. You're going to get a lot of Crows football this year. I'll leave you a link. Again, I'll leave you a link on the Crows story so you can catch up with that. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Have an amazing, amazing week, and I'll see you on the field.